Hello moneymakers. This new ASMR trend is simply killing it on YouTube, something that the old traditional glass-cutting ones could never do before. Just look at this channel. It was created in 2006, but they started uploading videos in this niche only about 2 weeks ago. In just 14 to 15 days, they gained almost 7,000 subscribers and nearly 800,000 views. Their highest viewed video has already crossed 300,000 views, even though it was uploaded just 11 days ago. For a second, I thought, this channel is just lucky, but I looked for some other channels and found this one. Again, the same success story. This channel literally started just 3 months ago and already got over 3 million views and more than 55,000 subscribers working in this niche. This next channel is also no different. Started just 3 weeks ago and already crushing it with over 400,000 views and 3,000 subscribers. But why are they blowing up like this so fast? The reason is something you can never guess. Let me tell you about my own experience. A few days ago, while researching on YouTube, which I usually do, I suddenly came across this channel. Being a huge Ghibli fan, I couldn't help clicking on it, and I was hooked in seconds. If you've ever watched any Ghibli movies, you know how mind-blowing they are, and the same emotion works here too. I felt the same warmth and happiness that Ghibli movies give, but in a quieter, more comforting way. There were no dialogues. It still felt beautiful and calming. When the video ended, I felt like binge-watching more, because I loved that warm and peaceful vibe, as if someone gentle and kind was giving you a warm hug. Now you see why this niche is going so viral, right? So if you also want to be a part of this success, in the next few minutes, I will show you how to create this video in the simplest way possible, breaking down each and every step in detail, from ideation, scripting, visual generation, editing, to thumbnail. So if you also want to be a part of this success, in the next few minutes, I will show you how to create this video in the simplest way possible, breaking down each and every step in detail, from ideation, scripting, visual generation, editing, to thumbnail. And all the prompts I will use, you can get the link in the description. Besides that, you will get the link to my exclusive school community. There, I share premium resources, proven prompts, step-by-step systems, and insider strategies that I don't share anywhere else. You'll also get direct access to me, weekly live calls, and a network of creators who are building channels just like you. If you're serious about growing faster and don't want to waste months figuring everything out alone, this community is the shortcut. You can find the link in the description and join today for $199 only. Now, if you are ready, grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. Look, everyone's going to look at these videos and think, oh, I can do that, it's just some animations and sound effects, and then they're going to put together something that gets 0 views and wonder what went wrong. So first things first, you need to fix a topic. Now this isn't just pick something random and hope for the best. You want themes that hit on universal human experiences, things like missing home, spending time with family, working hard at something you care about, dealing with loneliness, or finding small moments of joy in everyday life. These are the topics that feel relatable because everyone's been there. I've got a topic prompt that'll help you generate these themes. You just replace the placeholder with how many topics you want, and the AI generates ideas. And by AI, I mean ChatGPT, for now. Once you've got your topic, you need a story. Remember, this is a Ghibli animated story made mainly for an ASMR-style video. Comfort and peace are the main focus. So the story does not need to be research-based, or it should not include thrill, suspense, or twists. Rather, the script can be boring. Not boring in a literal sense, but gently comforting, with no pressure about what happens next and no emotional stress at all. So, keeping that in mind, paste your topic into the story prompt I've created, and ChatGPT will give you a detailed narrative that hits all the right beats. Now here's where things get interesting. You need images to bring that story to life, and not just any images. They need to be consistent. This is critical, and it's where most people screw up and end up with a video that looks like a bunch of random scenes slapped together. So, here's what you absolutely cannot skip if you want this to work. Before you create a single scene image, you need to fix and create reference images for every main character in your story. Let's say your story has a mother, a father, and 2 teenage kids, 1 boy and 1 girl. So, those are your 4 main characters, and you need individual portraits of each one before you do anything else. But why? Because they will be the reference images every single time you generate a scene, and that's what keeps everything consistent. For creating these character images, you can use Whisk, which works perfectly fine, or you can use any other image generator you're comfortable with. The process is simple. Set your aspect ratio to portrait because you're creating character references, not scenes. Paste your character prompt and let it generate. So you'd start with the mother, generate her image, download it, and save it. Then move on to the father, generate his image, and save that one too. Keep going until you've got reference images for every character in your story. And here's a pro tip from my years of experience that'll save you a lot of time and confusion later. Name your files properly. Don't just save them as image 1, image 2, image 3. Call them mother reference, father reference, older child reference. This way, when you're literally working with hundreds of files and you need to grab the right character reference, you will still be able to spot them easily. And once you've got all your character references ready, you can start generating the actual scene images. This is the most interesting part of all. Because if you don't do it in the right way, chances are you'll still end up creating garbage. So, I'll walk you through this step by step, because every detail matters. You should already have your scene prompts from the image prompt I mentioned earlier. That prompt takes your entire story script and breaks it down into 1-by-1 image prompts for each scene. Just copy the first scene prompt, then go into your image generator. For me, I am using Whisk. First, make sure you've uploaded the correct character reference. So on the left panel on Whisk, in the subject box, I will upload my character reference, and once the reference image is uploaded and analyzed by the tool, paste your scene prompt. Now, change the aspect ratio to landscape mode, which is 16:9, because these are going to be full scenes, not portraits. Then hit generate. The result you get should stay extremely close to your original character reference. The character's face, clothing, or overall look, everything should be consistent. Now generate the next scene the same way. Just upload the character reference, paste the scene prompt, and generate. Keep repeating this process for every single image you need. But here let me tell you about one thing. If every scene has a single character, that will look odd. Some scenes need multiple characters. Like, 2 characters are talking to each other, or the whole family is sitting at the dinner table. How will you do that? It's simple, actually. Just upload all the relevant character references before generating that scene. But remember, most of the AI tools have limitations for this. Like, the tool I'm using, Whisk, lets me upload only up to 3 character references at a time. So keeping that in mind, I will have to design the scenes. In those cases, you might need to get creative with your scene composition or split it into multiple shots. And what do I mean by that? Let's say I have 4 main characters, and I need to design a family dinner scene where all 4 are sitting at the table. So I can't show all 4 in a single shot, right? So what I do instead is break the dinner table scene into multiple shots. In the first shot, I'll show one side of the table where the 2 kids are sitting, and the next shot will show the other side of the table where the parents are sitting. This way, viewers naturally understand that the whole family is sitting together at the dinner table. You just have to get a little creative. That's it. And like this, once all your images are generated, we will go for the next step, which is not voiceover, because in ASMR videos, we don't need any voiceovers. So we will go directly to the animation stage. And honestly, in this stage, you gotta be careful. Otherwise, you can blow your budget quickly. For animation, if you ask me, you can use Runway Gen 3, you can use Kling, or you can use pretty much any AI image animation tool you're comfortable with. For example, I will use 11 Labs image to video generation for this animation. There, I prefer using either VEO 3.1, Kling, or Seedance Pro, depending on the style I like. So, let's go to 11 Labs. As you already know, it is doing more than just voiceovers now. What we have to do is click on the image and video option on the home page. Then in the prompt panel, first upload the image. Before that, make sure you switch the mode from image to video. In my case, it is already set to video mode by default. Once you are in video mode, you will see multiple settings below that need to be customized to get the right output. I am setting the video model to VEO 3.1 to get the best results. I will keep the aspect ratio at 16:9 in landscape mode. The resolution will be set to the maximum quality available. The duration will be between 8 to 10 seconds for each shot because each scene needs enough time to breathe. The viewer should not feel rushed. Since sound and immersive soundscapes are a major strength of ASMR-style videos, we must keep the sound on. One important thing to remember is that the sound should never be too loud. If a video generation tool creates visuals but does not generate sound at all, it is not suitable for ASMR content. Now that the settings are ready, the next step is to upload the image reference. The last thing left is pasting the prompt. Do you remember the image prompt that ChatGPT already gave you for each scene? That same prompt works perfectly for video generation. Just paste it and hit generate. You can also choose how many generations you want at a time, like 1, 2, 3, or 4. A small tip from my experience, generating 4 at once can slow down the process. I usually go with 2 or 1 generations at a time. That feels like the sweet spot. Once you hit generate, you will get the final output for each scene. As you can see, the result looks soothing, beautiful, and comforting. The sound feels immersive as well. However, you may not get the same level of comfort or visual quality every single time. If the result does not feel right, you can regenerate as many times as needed until you get the exact scene and animation you like. Once you're happy with a clip, upscale it to 1080p resolution and move on to the next one. And here's a little trick that'll save you some headache later. Now, if you've been paying attention to the videos that are actually going viral in this niche, you've probably noticed they all have this perfect balance of sound effects and music that makes them incredibly relaxing to watch. This means, if you get that balance wrong, you will quickly ruin an otherwise great video. For example, sometimes these animation tools automatically add background music to your clips, which is actually not what you want. In my case, VO 3.1 did that, but you want only sound effects, those ambient noises that make the scenes feel real and immersive. You don't want random background music because you're going to add your own later. What's the solution then? Just when you're setting up your animation, add a note in your prompt that says something like, "No background music, sound effects only." That's all you need. This gives you full control over the final audio mix, which is critical for making these videos work. But if you watch closely, VO 3.1's animation still has a very slight background music. Can you feel it? The sound effects are really great though, but due to this tiny BGM issue, I will also use Seedance 1.5 Pro too, and see the result is exactly how I want. But wait, you can use VO 3.1 too, because those slight BGM won't be a big problem. When you'll edit the entire video, if you turn the volume down a bit, that slight background score will be totally suppressed. But wait, Seedance has another problem too. It can create in more than 720p. So to solve this problem, I will simply upscale this video. The moment I click on Upscale option, the model is automatically selected. I only have to choose the resolution now. 4K, 1400p or 1080p. Once it's upscaled, everything looks fine now. Alright, so now you've got this collection of beautiful, consistent, animated scenes that tell your story. It's time to put it all together, to make it a complete and soothing story that makes sense. Before we move ahead, let me be very clear about one thing. Everything you are seeing in this video, you can do it yourself. That is why I'm explaining the full process openly. But I also know the reality. Not everyone has the time. Not everyone wants to deal with tools, prompts, testing, and mistakes. And not everyone wants to wait months just to understand what actually works. When I started, I thought doing everything alone was the only option. I watched tutorials. I tested ideas. I failed more times than I can count. What slowed me down was not knowledge. It was execution. That is why I created my Done For You program. If you want, you can hire me and my team to create videos for you. We are already running 10 to 20 YouTube channels, and AI Maskman is one of them. These are real channels, real uploads, real results. Instead of you figuring everything out, we handle the work for you. We help you choose the right niche, set up your channel properly, create videos in formats that are already proven, and build a system that can scale over time. I have added a link below where you can book a free call with me. We will talk, understand your goal, and see if this makes sense for you. No pressure, no fake promises. Now let's continue with the video. For this, open up CapCut and import all your animated clips into the project. Then drag them down onto the timeline in the order they appear in your story. Make sure your project aspect ratio is set to 16:9 because that's what YouTube expects for this kind of content. Now, and this is important, you want to keep those sound effects intact. Never remove them because they're one of the two main pillars of these videos. Just arrange your clips in order and make sure the sound effects are present and at a good volume level. And just because you are in the editing table, don't think you need to apply any transitions between the scenes. But even if you want, you can go with the basic fade-in or dissolve type transitions only. And once your clips are arranged, take a listen to the overall audio. If the sound effects are too loud or too quiet, go into the audio settings and adjust them. A quick trick is to normalize the audio, then bring the level down slightly until everything feels balanced. Next, you can apply a filter that gives you that warm Ghibli-style look, but remember, this is just an optional step. Even if you go without this filter, the video is perfect. And now comes the final audio layer that ties everything together. The background music. Of course, it should not be any Hans Zimmer-style grand-scale BGM. It should be something calm, comforting, or meditative. You will find this kind of music in YouTube's audio library or your favorite royalty-free music source. If you ask me, I will recommend you look for some soft piano or gentle acoustic guitar-type music. Nothing aggressive, nothing with a strong beat, nothing that draws attention. The music should sit in the background, supporting the mood only. Now, if everything looks and sounds good, export the video in the highest resolution possible. It might be 4K or 2K or 1080 minimum. You've now got a complete video ready to upload, but there's still one more thing we need to create, which is extremely important for the video to get clicks on YouTube. It's a thumbnail. Thumbnail's rule is the same as other niches video. If it doesn't instantly communicate what your video is about and make the viewers feel something, they're gone. So let's make sure you nail this part. Yes, we will create our thumbnail using AI again. But if your thumbnail looks like generic AI slop or doesn't capture the emotional core of your story, nobody's clicking, and all that work you just did means absolutely nothing. So, take the thumbnail prompt I've created, copy it, and paste it into ChatGPT. Replace the placeholder with your specific topic. I mean, if your video is about someone missing their family during Christmas, make sure that's reflected in the prompt. Now, open your image generator. In my case, I used Whisk AI, so again, I will open Whisk. If your thumbnail includes multiple characters, let's say the mother, the father, and one child, upload all 3 character references, just like you did when creating your scene images. Set the aspect ratio to 16:9 because that's the YouTube thumbnail format, and hit generate. The image you get should immediately communicate what your video is about through the characters and their expressions and the overall composition. If you ask for my opinion, you don't necessarily need to edit this thumbnail at all. Plus, if you look at the thumbnails of your reference channel's videos, none of their thumbnails have any text on them. So, it's just a good and attractive image. That's it. Still, if you feel like you can really make it somewhat better looking or more attractive, maybe by editing the brightness or contrast or anything, you can take this image to Canva and edit some basic parameters only. But only the basic, nothing else. So, finally, you've got a complete package. A high-quality video with a thumbnail that actually gets clicks, all created using a process that's scalable and repeatable. But here's the thing nobody talks about when they're teaching you how to make viral content. Look, I can give you all the tools and prompts and step-by-step processes in the world, but if you sit on this information for 3 months while you think about it, you're going to watch 100 other people blow up with this exact strategy while you're still on the sidelines, wondering when your moment's going to come. Stop acting like most creators who are still making the same ASMR fruit-cutting videos. Instead, do something creative that's already going viral easily. You can create Ghibli-style animated videos on literally anything, like cooking dinner, feeling lonely on a holiday, or going through a normal day. And to make these videos, I've given you everything you need: the strategy, the process, the prompts. So now tell me, What's stopping you from working in this niche and grabbing the success our reference channels already achieved? And besides that, if you need more help with this process, like if you get stuck at any point, or if you want to learn how to make videos in a different niche, just let me know in the comments. I'm always there to help you, either by replying or by making a new video. Just don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow my work. See you soon. Now let's check out the demo video.